Folks, hello. Happy belated New Year from me and my pimple. Like, will I ever not have adult acne? Probably not. Secondly, if you are, I don't know if I said firstly, but now I just did. Secondly, if you are new here, however you found me, whether that's through all the social medias or TikTok, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, welcome. And if you're enjoying things, do the old like and subscribe. You know the deal. And if you're not new here, hi. I've missed your faces. I told you that I owed you an update video, so this is it. Let's talk about all the things. First of all, the pandemic continues, so hope you all are following all the rules in your area and wearing your mask and social distancing and we're in a state of emergency here in Ontario. We're on lockdown again starting tomorrow. I just hope, the question that I get so often from folks in comments and DMs and after speeches is, how can I make a difference? How can I make the world a better place? And right now, the best way that we can all make a difference is by following the rules, following science, listening to what our government officials are telling us to do. This is to keep ourselves, but more specifically our healthcare system, safe, so that when people do have tragedies or do get COVID, there's a place for them to go and that they can be healed. So that's that. Secondly, where have I been? Well, as you know, there's a pandemic and I was grounded, literally. So I've just been hanging out in Toronto. There's a lot to talk about. So firstly, I've traveled 200 days out of the year for the last 12 years. So having the chance to be grounded has actually been really amazing. Now, I know everyone handles stress and trauma and everything differently, and every situation is different. For me this time, I really leaned in and was grateful for the time that I've had to just cook my own meals, exercise every day, have a bit of a routine. That has been really, really healing for me. And I just want to say, wherever you are in your journey and however you handle stress or trauma, that's totally okay. If you've been eating a bunch of junk and that's what's helping you get through, and as long as you're still healthy, do what you got to do. There's zero judgment on this end, whatever you need to do. For me, that was actually taking the time to cook and exercise and all the things. So that's the first thing. I'm feeling strong and like I feel like the best that I've ever felt. What else can I tell you? So I used to work for an organization, and then recently that sort of blew up. So I left in August, and I've sort of gone out on my own. I'm still speaking. That's still happening. I'm still doing all the social media. Again, TikTok, we'll talk about in a second. And I just took some time to decompress from what my life was like for the last 12 years and where I want it to go from here. I watched a lot of content. I got into cross-stitching, which I'm like having the best time. I'm like an 80-year-old woman and I'm loving it. I've reconnected with friends, obviously safely and all the things. So I've just been decompressing, and I just want to say I'm really grateful. I know that everybody gets that privilege, and so I'm really grateful to have the privilege and that I was able to take the time. I joke that I was on sabbatical, but now I'm like jumping back into things. So that was a lot to process over the last 12 years, but I'm out on my own now, which is completely terrifying and also exciting because there's lots of things that are happening around me that I'm excited for. Also, just had a birthday. Like, it was a big one. This was like a big one. I turned 40. And you know what? I don't mind age. I don't mind it at all. Bring it on. I love it. I felt like my 30s were for me to really learn who I was, and my 40s are to start to live those things. Also, during this pandemic, I've done some intense therapy, like intense therapy, because I needed it to just process my life and also everything that's happening around me. So I've been doing that. I've been doing some Legos and just, some things. So that's a little bit of an update of where I'm at. So now, this is wild. This is absolutely absurd. I turned 40 last Thursday. Then Saturday, I was scrolling through TikTok. I'm just slowly trying to figure out TikTok. I'm a bit old for TikTok, or so I thought. And there was like a challenge that was like, tell me you're short without telling me that you're short. And so I made this video.
Tell me you're short without actually telling me that you're short. I'll start.
And I put it out there and I thought, okay, like this was cute. This was fun. I hope people will laugh. My friends will think it's funny. That's it. Put it up on TikTok, put it up on Instagram, went to bed. Woke up the next morning. My friend, and I realize how wild this sounds, my friend Demi Lovato, yes, we're actually friends, had reposted on her Instagram. And suddenly my TikTok blew up. And I think the video went viral because as it stands right now, it's got 10 million views. And I went from like 20 followers to like 40,000 followers. So I thought, okay, well, cool, people like this. So like TikTok it is. I'll add this to the list of things that I'm doing. So I released a video and then I released another video on a trend that's called Wee, which here, I'll put it in right here. Again, I'm like, this took me 5 minutes. This is cute. I like this little trend. I like jumping around my apartment. Like, sure, put it out there. That one extremely blew up. It has over 60 million views. My followers went from 40,000 in about 12 hours to almost 500,000. What the is happening? Like, I'm so glad you all like this. This is, I've made the joke, and I'm so grateful for both. So like, please, this is a joke. But I was like, I've climbed Kilimanjaro, raised $500,000, walked across the province of Alberta, gone on tour with Demi Lovato. People like, that was great. I jump off my bed. People like, yes, 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 we love this more. Listen, I'll take both. All I want to say is that I'm grateful. I'm super grateful that y'all are liking what I'm putting out. And I'm excited to share my story with those of you that are new and continue the journey with those of you that have been here. I just want to give a heartfelt thank you to everyone for sticking around. Those of you that checked in on me, sent me emails, making sure I was okay. I'm sorry that I just sort of disappeared, but it's what I needed to do. Folks, I'm excited for this year. I'm gonna post as much as possible. Of course, follow me on TikTok and Instagram and all the things. And there'll be some vlogs coming and more to come, this year in 2020. The other thing that I want to say is it is a new year. And for those of you that have followed me before, I always have like a word or a theme for the year. Last year was mind, body, and spirit, which I feel like I covered that pretty well. And this year the word is surrender. And I just want to surrender to my path and what's next, and surrender to going out on my own and starting my own business as a speaker, and surrender to new social media platforms, and surrender to maybe love. I don't know if that's possible in 2021 during COVID, but like, who knows? So I'm just surrendering it all. Bring it on. Universe, I'm ready. Let's do this. Folks, Happy New Year. Thanks for sticking around. Lots more to come. I would love to know sort of what y'all have been up to. Tell me what your theme of the year is. Maybe some of your resolutions. I would love to hear from you. That's it. As always, you're my new best friend. Call me every 5 minutes. Bye.